Hello everybody and welcome to our channel. My name is Rebecca and I will be going over land cover with you today. This is the first in a series of videos that breaks up tower coverage into bite-sized style pieces that are easy to deal with. And there are a few key things I want to go over with you today. One being, what are these land cover settings and why are they important? Also, where do you get your data? And where am I going to use this feature? Where is it applicable? It should only take a few minutes for me to cover these things. If you're with me so far, let's get started. I'm going to take into consideration here that maybe you haven't really looked at this feature. So first off, I'm going to show you where to go to actually get there. You're going to navigate to Account, select Land Cover, and this is going to take you to our land cover landing page. Now one thing to note here is that we get our data directly from the USGS, and for those of you that don't know, that stands for United States Geological Survey. There's a page on our wiki that goes into a little bit more depth if you'd like to take a look at it. I'll walk you through that as well. You're going to go to wiki.TowerCoverage.com, type in what data do we use, and the page that you're looking for is going to be right at the top of your search results. And now that you know how to get here, I'm going to go ahead and go back to our land cover landing page. What we have listed here are default values. They aren't necessarily representative of what you'll see out in the field. Yes, the data is from the USGS, but the height and density values you see here are an average that we came up with. And the best way to look at this is that these are starting values. If you want to get the most out of tower coverage, you're going to want to tweak these values as you go along. If you're reading on the hotter side when you're out in the field, or if you find that it seems weaker than what you'd expect, just adjust your values accordingly. Maybe you want the density a little bit higher to make the coverage more conservative, or maybe you want to take it down a notch, but the more you adjust, the better your readings will be in the future. Now you can adjust these density values to anything from 0 to 10,000. If you adjust it to 10,000, it's going to be like creating a view shed, but it's all personal preference, and again, you're looking to modify it to suit your needs. Your controls are down here in this toolbar, and the buttons are pretty self-explanatory, but I'm going to go ahead and do a quick review just in case. You hit Update to save, Reset if you want to start over, Add New if you want to create a whole new set of values, and Delete if you want to get rid of a set. Now I'm going to show you an example of how to do this. You can see that there's a drop down here. You've got two options so far. I'm going to go ahead and hit Add New. And in this case, I'm just going to name it Example 2. Select the Add New Land Cover button. And you'll see that it shows up in this drop down here. Now, if you want to get rid of this set, you just highlight it. Hit Delete. And then it's gone. There are a couple of different things in tower coverage that make use of this feature, and one of them is a path analysis. Now I have one set up here for you to take a look at, and in this example it's a good link, but pay attention to the color codes here because they correlate with the borders around those land cover settings. If you compare the two, that's what's going to tell you what's in that path. If you have a link that shows up bad here, but you know you can get a signal out in the field, compare the colors and check your height. If your receiving station is 3 meters high and the cover has a value of 8 meters, it's going to interfere with your signal. And this is the case where you would want to go back and adjust those values to get a more accurate reading. The second place this is going to be utilized is when you create a coverage. Now down at the bottom of your coverage settings, there's a checkbox with the title Data Images. Once this is active, you have access to a couple of overlays under our Map Data button. You can see here that there's land cover data and population data. And it's nice to get a picture of that kind of thing so you can see where areas are more densely populated. It's just good information to have while you work on your network. I'm going to go ahead and highlight some of these just to show you what they look like. You can see your population data there. And you can see your land cover. Alright guys, in this session we went over where to access the land cover settings, how to update your land cover values and where you would use it, whether it's a path analysis between 2 points or accessing that map data overlay in your coverage settings. That does cover our topic for today, but just so you know guys, we are always available to help when you need it. Whether it be shooting an email to support@TowerCoverage.com, hitting us up on our live chat app, or giving us a call at 636-671-6262. Either way, we would love to hear from you, and I'll see you for the next one.